Good day to all. This is Mike Padua, and we're back to our latest update. This is a special coverage on upcoming Typhoon UWAN, and this is for today, Saturday, November 8, 2025. This English version brought to you by Typhoon 2000 and Naga College Foundation, and we would like to thank our partners, 𝗗𝗶𝘀𝗶𝗺𝗶𝗺𝗿, Bank of the Philippine Islands Sustainability. If you're interested, just click on the link here above this video, or just click on the description below if you're watching via Facebook. And the local government of Naga City, headed by our Honorable Mayor Leni Robredo and our Honorable Vice Mayor 𝗗𝗶𝘀𝗿𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗿. Well, it looks like we have only 24 hours before we feel the effects of this monster storm. Is such a large circulation spanning 1,000 kilometers with winds of up to 55 kph. That's the diameter of the 55 kph winds. And the rain bands is spanning up to 1,240 kilometers across. So if you put this in the area of Luzon, it could span up to the Visayas, the lowest southern rain bands, and the outer northernmost bands is up to Taiwan. So it's reminiscent to Typhoon Yoyong of December 2, 2004. And it looks like it has developed a clear eye but large. The problem with large eyes, the eye wall and the inner rain bands is much farther away, and it could mean a problem across Camarines Sur, Camarines Norte, and Catanduanes, particularly the Partido District. So please pay attention to the local government units, 𝗶𝗶𝘀𝗃𝗃𝗃, for the latest warnings, including the wind signals, because this is becoming a dangerous system. 𝗶𝗃𝗃𝗃 is forecasting it to become a super typhoon once it passes north of Bicol by tomorrow morning, as well as the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, the JTWC, is forecasting it to reach 215 kph 1 minute average, while the 𝗶𝗃𝗃𝗃 is forecasting it to reach at 195 super typhoon classification. JTWC STY classification is at 240 kph. So this is becoming a very difficult situation, since it has a very large wind area and the rain area. So much of Luzon will be covered with 50 to more than 100 millimeters of rainfall once the system makes landfall over Luzon. So please take all necessary precautions. Those people who are very near the path of the system, like here in Bicol region, please hunker down today, because tomorrow there's no way to prepare. The storm is now passing very close, and today we are now experiencing, imagine it's just 900 kilometers away, but we are now experiencing wind gusts of up to 64 kph because of a passing squall. So that's what makes me worried. So this system is really large, and it's just 21 years ago since I last witnessed some large system. Although Haiyan is also large, but it's only around 800 kilometers across. This thing is more than 1,000 kilometers, considered as a large cyclone by Japan Meteorological Agency, even 𝗶𝗃𝗃𝗃. And we must be prepared. Here comes the fast animation. There you go. This is now the system. It's quite large, actually. This is spanning around, like I said, 1,240 kilometers when it comes to the rain area of this system. This thing is now moving rapidly, and it has been forecasted since yesterday that the forward speed will accelerate from 19 to 30 kph. It's now moving at 26 to 28 kilometers per hour. It's likely to accelerate further more because of the intensifying high pressure ridge in between. There are two high pressure ridges, actually. There's one here and the other one is here. So these two are the ones driving the storm to move towards the Philippines. And you can see the outer rain bands now affecting the eastern sections of Visayas and soon across the Bicol region. Actually, we are now on the advancing edge of the rain bands. We are experiencing some passing showers and some squalls or subasco. Although we still have sunshine, but later on we will be turning into gloomy weather, and the start of the rainfall will commence later this evening. So please take all necessary precautions. Here's the latest from windy.com 24-hour loop, and you can see how large, how humongous is this system. And it's quite scary because the eye is beginning to constrict, a sign that it's going rapid intensification. We have an increase of 25 knots for the past 24 hours. 30 knots means it has attained rapid intensification, and it's almost a rapid intensifying system. And right now it has winds of 150 kph, but as we speak, based on what I'm looking right now on the satellite loop, it looks like it has been upgraded into category 2 with winds of 160 kph. And you can see how large is the outer bands of this system. Okay, and let me check this. So you can see how large. So we can put it here and I'm gonna post it. Yeah, that's it. So it's really large, and if we check out the latest oceanic heat content, the system is still moving. So right now the system is moving over very warm sea surface temperatures. That's why the tropical cyclone heat potential is top notch. As you can see here, it's really reaching 200 kilojoules per centimeter squared. This is the energy derived from the warm sea surface temperature, which we call as the tropical cyclone heat potential or the oceanic heat content. And it looks like the movement of this system is expected to move towards this direction here. Okay, and make landfall over Aurora early morning Monday or late Sunday morning, late Sunday evening or tomorrow. So that's the problem. The system will still pass over two very warm oceanic heat content. So please take all necessary precautions, and that's the reason why the Joint Typhoon Warning Center has winds of up to 215 or maybe 220 if it does intensify further. So please take all necessary precautions. Okay, so that's the scenario of this storm right now. Here's the latest clock that we issued. This is the issued clock around 5 a.m. And it looks like we are following the track of all Asian agencies, including PAGASA. And if we zoom this clock, it will start to pass very close, okay, very close to Bicol region sometime 8 a.m. tomorrow. This is the time, and this is the 8 p.m. Okay, so it will pass, this is 8 and 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. So let's put some letter here. So it will pass between 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. north of Naga, and Naga, including Samar, Masbate, rest of Bicol region, Romblon, Marinduque, and even Mindoro, Southern Tagalog provinces, and Metro Manila will be under the wind gust of tropical storm force winds 65 kph up to 100 kph. So please prepare, because this is quite a strong system. But take a look at these areas of Partido in Camarines Sur, Partido District, Camarines Norte, Calaguas Island, and Catanduanes might be experiencing wind gust of 100 to 130 kph. Now, if the system moves farther to the south, these 100 to 130 kph destructive or damaging winds will further move south, affecting the whole of Camarines Sur. So let's hope and pray it will move more to the north. And the cone of uncertainty right now is across northern Catanduanes up to Metro Manila, and also up to the areas of, let me change this color, okay? So this is the cone of uncertainty, as you can see here, okay? So Catanduanes and the coastal shoreline of Camarines, including Calaguas Island, and the northern shoreline of Cam Norte is under the edge of the cone of uncertainty. Any movement of this system more to the south will definitely affect these areas. Okay, and Metro Manila is also under the cone of uncertainty, so please prepare. And all folks up to Ilocos region and Cagayan Valley. This is quite a very large system, and if the system makes landfall over Aurora, the whole of Quirino, Ifugao, Benguet, the rest of Cordillera Administrative Region, northern portions of Central Luzon, as well as southern half of Cagayan Valley, and Ilocos Sur. What else? These are areas Zambales, Angeles City, Pampanga, and Cabanatuan, Nueva Ecija will be under the winds of 100 to 130 kph, and these areas within Pangasinan like Dagupan, Baguio, Benguet, and other areas of Cordillera Administrative Region, the southern part, will be under the winds of more than 130 kph. So these are destructive winds, so please take all necessary precautions. The winds will begin here between 8 p.m. of Sunday until until the morning of Monday, November 10. While here over Bicol region, we expect strong winds to arrive early morning tomorrow until tomorrow evening, Sunday. Okay, so please take all necessary precautions. Let's check out the multi-tracks of all Asian agencies. As you can see here, most of the tracks are identical, with a possible landfall between Baler and Casiguran tomorrow late evening or early morning of Monday, sometime midnight of Monday. And we expect deteriorating weather conditions to occur within the next 24 hours. Now, let's take a look at the latest diagnostic guidance model tracks. These are the latest one as of 2 a.m. This is coming from polarwx.com by Tomer Brugge, and you can see here almost most of them are now blended. The DeepMind model, which is this, okay, let me show to you. This is the DeepMind color, the DeepMind, the pink. So it looks like it goes up here with a bunch of other computer models, while the European model are still low, close to the Bicol region. That's why we are worried here. But let's hope it goes up to this bunch of blended guidance models. Okay, so it looks like the probability of hitting area of Aurora has increased from 80 to more than 90%, while here over Bicol region, Catanduanes and Partido District is up to 50%, and the rest of Bicol region is between 5 to 20% strike probability, and 30% over Partido District Catanduanes is the northern portions of Catanduanes is at 40 and 50%. Okay, so that's the scenario of this weather system. Now, if we take a look at the first arrival of the 8 o'clock model tracks, this was interpolated just a while ago from polarwx.com, and you can see here that it's now blending towards the area of Aurora within the next 36 hours. So the landfall will be somewhere here, and then upon exiting the West Philippine Sea, it will slow down and accelerate and turn towards the north because of a break in the ridge and a frontal system that will guide the system to move towards the north. Okay, so that's the scenario of the computer models. And here are the storm wind signals. And right now we have signal number 2 being raised over the 3rd district and 4th district, including the 5th district of Camarines Sur, and also 2nd district. And Catanduanes, Albay, Sorsogon is also under signal number 2, meaning winds of 65 to 90 kilometers per hour will be expected, and also over northern Samar, northern portions of western Samar, and the northern portions of eastern Samar are under wind signal number 2. Okay, and the rest of Luzon, including Metro Manila, Calamian Group, Mindoro, Masbate, Leyte, southern half of Samar, northern Cebu, northern Negros, and central and northern part of Panay, including Dinagat, Bukas Grande Group, Surigao del Norte is under, and also the northern part of Bohol is under wind signal number 1. Just view it, just post and read all the provinces under wind signal. Here's the PAGASA storm surge warning number 3, issued around 8 a.m. this morning. And look at that. We have a wide swath, okay, storm surge warning signals all across Luzon. And those over the Bicol region, Pulilio Island, northern Quezon, southern Quezon, up to the eastern coastal waters of Cagayan will have storm surge height of more than 3 meters. Remember, this is a fast developing system, becoming a super typhoon by PAGASA and near super typhoon by the Joint Typhoon Warning Center once the system passes over this area somewhere here by tomorrow noontime. So it will pass there noontime or early afternoon. So please take all necessary precautions. Those fishermen that has planned to venture out to sea, avoid, because this is going to be a one hell of a storm. Okay, and let me check to you now the latest rain forecast. This is the 3-hourly rain, and if you are asking what time will it arrive, around midnight of Sunday we will be experiencing on and off rainfall already, but the worst of the rain is expected to reach Bicol region sometime between 5 a.m. and all the way until 8 p.m. of Sunday. So 5 to 8 p.m., 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. And the worst rainfall, as you can see here, is likely between 10 to 12 noon. And the Naga is around 42.9 millimeters. This is the 3-hourly rain, okay? This is heavy and extreme. And if you look at the Partido District and other areas of the 3rd and 2nd district and the 1st district, rainfall heights here of the 3 hour is from 60 to 100 millimeters that can cause landslides and flash floods, as well as Catanduanes is under the gun of this very intense 3-hourly rainfall. And then later in the afternoon, that 3-hourly rainfall of more than 50 millimeters up to 100 millimeters is has moved out, okay, going up to the area of northern Luzon. And if we look here, if we follow that, before it makes landfall, it will affect Pulilio Island, rain of more than 100 millimeters, as well as parts of northern and central Luzon. These are very heavy rainfall for 3 hours. And for the 24-hour rainfall accumulation, it looks like the whole day of Sunday will be experiencing rainfall of around 50 to 200, and there's a possibility that it might reach 300 millimeters in some areas. And take a look at this, 141 over Naga, but these are sometimes underestimated or just right. We shall see. But we have a couple or 5 weather stations around Naga and other parts of Bicol that will determine how heavy the rain will be. And so we expect 200 to 300 millimeters of rainfall across Bicol region for Sunday, and then Sunday evening to Monday whole day, it will shift towards the whole of Luzon. So from Mindoro up to Cagayan, we should expect 50 to more than 100 millimeters. There are some areas here that could reach almost 200, we have here 200 millimeters. So we don't know if this is underestimate or just right, or maybe below these forecasted values. So we shall see. Remember, this is a very large system, and then it will move out of the West Philippine Sea. But again, Monday until Tuesday, there is still some rainfall over the western sections of Ilocos region. Now here's some comparison of the storm Christine rainfall versus other past tropical cyclones. And these past tropical cyclones are generally very strong super typhoons. Okay, and you can see here that since the rain bands of the typhoon is more compact and it was moving faster, the rainfall is just below the height of Christine. And you can see the 24-hour rainfall here because this is the total rain. So we could expect similar to this rainfall of other typhoons in the 1990s and also Enteng of last year. So we might be having 100 up to 300 millimeters, but it could also reach 400 depending on the movement of the storm. If it slows down, it could reach 400, but so far this is the possibility of the rainfall. It will not reach the height of Christine. Okay, so when it comes to the wind, we have two scenarios here. We have here the European model wind gust on Typhoon UWAN. And if the storm is passing very close to the Partido District and Camarines Norte and Catanduanes, we could expect winds of more than 100 up to 130 kilometers per hour based on the forecast of the European model, which is expected at this time that it may pass tomorrow roughly 100 kilometers north of the Bicol region. So we might be having these winds of more than 130 kph, 100 to 130. So that's damaging winds. And then in the evening, it will start to weaken back to tropical storm force winds. So that's the wind velocity of the storm over the Bicol region. While over the areas of northern Luzon, those areas along the path, particularly here, okay, might be seeing wind gust of also more than 100 kilometers per hour. So that's the scenario of this system. Okay, so please take all necessary precautions. These are winds that could create damage, more than 100 kilometers per hour, damaging winds. So let's go back again towards the Bicol region. Let's go back to the Bicol region to show you the wind forecast of the American model. And it looks like the powerful winds are just concentrated over the sea. And wind gusts of 100 to 130 kph are expected over the areas of Catanduanes and Partido District as well. So we could see damaging winds of 100 to 130 kph. While here, over the rest of the Bicol region, will be from 60 to 100 kilometers per hour. So we will be out of the woods if the American model, which is similar to our track, the passage pushes through. And then over Luzon, once it crosses central and northern Luzon, we could still see wind gust of 90 up to 110 kilometers per hour in some areas. Okay, so take note of these areas. And let's take a look on the track of Yoyong. This is the similar typhoon in 2004, 185 kph. And then this is the track of the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. It has similarity when it comes to the path of the system. And here's the satellite image right now of Typhoon UWAN. take note. And if we take a look at the satellite photo of Yoyong, so there you go. UWAN is slightly dangerously looking bad. It has an eye, and it looks like the rainfall is much higher than Yoyong. And then when it passed December 2, 2004, this typhoon also generated rainfall of almost 200 millimeters here in Naga. We have here the data from my weather station way back 21 years ago. Wind gust is only around 82 kph from the south in the afternoon of December 2, 2004. And then this is the rainstorm, the total rain of the storm, 6.84 inches. That's equivalent to 174 millimeters, almost 200. Okay, so let's hope that the system will remain that way, so that the rain or the wind will remain the same with Nanmadol. Here's the latest from STAR SOCD NOAA synthetic aperture radar. This is a advanced satellite that is without using the radar on the ground. So this is a high-tech satellite, and you can see here, if we click on the profile plots, the system is really have a very large eye. And then you can see here the powerful winds roughly 50 kilometers away from the center. Okay, let's hope that it can stick, or else we might be having some strong winds here over Camarines Sur and Catanduanes. Here are the wind profile per quadrant based on that satellite radar, which is very impressive. The northwest wind is currently, look at that. This is the eye. This is the distance from the center. This is 0. So we expect that this is the eye. Okay, the eye is here. So the diameter of the eye is up to here. So this area is already the rain bands and the outer bands. So take a look of that wind profile. We are looking at the storm on a horizontal view. It's like looking at the air reconnaissance. By the way, thank you to Emmanuel Ramirez of Tagaytay, a typhoon enthusiast as well, and also gather much data for me. Thank you, Iman. And look at that. Okay, let me remove that. So it looks like the winds 100 kilometers away from the center is topping 165 kilometers per hour, or 90 knots already. Okay, look. And then you can see here how large is the wind area. Take a look at this. This is the profile up to 300. This is almost 300 kilometers away from the center, but winds are still clocking 85 to 90 kilometers per hour. So folks, over Bicol region, it looks like we will be having some wind conditions, but this is on the northwestern side. Now, if we take a look on the, let me change this. Take a look on the other area. This is the northeast quadrant, which is much higher. Look, up to 300 kilometers across. The winds of more than 75 kph, and the strongest is here, still at 165. And this is the southwest portion. This is the wind that we will be experiencing. So it looks like the wind of 55 kph right here, 55 kph. We expect that tomorrow morning, since it will pass 180 kilometers north of Naga. So we will be expecting this kind of wind, 55, but near the center, which is 100 kilometers away, still at it's quite low. This is around 120 kilometers per hour. Okay, so if we take a look at the overall structure of the wind, oh, by the way, let me move that. That's the southeast. Let me move this. I'm gonna show to you the other areas. So this is the all quadrants of the storm. Wow, look at that. Okay, the wind area is extending up to 300 or 400 kilometers away. That's why the diameter is 1,000 kilometers. That 55, not 55 kph winds. So this is the wind speed 165. So let's prepare on this system. Let's hope that it constricts so that we might be having some lower wind speeds. So this is the eye. It's really large based on the 930 image from NRL, microwave image. And this is the wind speed that we recorded a while ago. The storm is still 915 kilometers away around 9 a.m. this morning from Naga, but we are now experiencing wind gust of 64 kilometers per hour because of a passing squall. And for the wind forecast from 𝗗𝗶𝗀𝗶𝗺𝗶𝗺𝗿, okay, and we might be seeing some wind gust, or we might be seeing some wind intensity of up to 200 kilometers per hour. That's the forecast of the wind models, and the call this the wind shear is also expected to increase, so that will suffice some weakening on this system as it approaches Luzon. Now the wind forecast from the various models from Polar Weather, polarwx.com. You can see here that the highest is HFAI of US, while the Google DeepMind is just 100 kilometers, 110, almost 110. So that's around 200 kilometers per hour, while the official wind speeds of JTWC is at 215 kph. So this is the scenario in the next 24 hours. Then before landfall, it will start to weaken because of the wind shear and interaction to the mountains of the Sierra Madre. But still, it's still a very strong system, so we must observe this. Here's the latest from MIT, from Dr. Emmanuel, and it looks like for the next 36 hours, it is expected all of them are with between 150 to 215 kilometers per hour. So that's the latest from the wind forecast models. And for the wave heights, I don't need to specify any place here. It looks like the whole country will be experiencing wave heights of more than 3 meters. And those areas away from the storm, wave heights of more than 2 meters. Okay, except for, although Visayas will also have wave heights of more than 2 meters. So it's going to be a nationwide thing, these big waves generated by the storm. So please take all necessary precautions. And that ends our update. It's quite long. It's the first time that we've extended up to 35 minutes. I hope you understand all my analysis on this storm. We'll keep you updated if tomorrow the storm gunks out our internet, even though we have a generator set. Please understand that this might be our last update on YouTube and Facebook before the next one. Let's hope that we have power tomorrow, internet, so that we could still broadcast the latest on the upcoming monster storm UWAN. Again, thank you so much for watching and for your support. God bless to all.